All right. So another thing is that I've finished washing my okra. If you look at my okra now, it's now washed. So the next thing I'm going to do is to slice it. And if you look at my peppers, these peppers and these few ones, I'm going to be blending the pepper with maybe one of the onions. Then I'm going to slice these onions to fry the pepper later, and also I'll put some in the chicken when I set it on fire. Okay. Alright, so looking here now, you've noticed that my onions has been chopped, and also I have diced my pepper, ready for blending. These onions, I'm going to use this one to sprinkle inside my meat, and the rest I'll use it to fry the pepper when it's done. Okay. Alright, guys, this is how I dice my or chop my okra. I don't try to make it to be too tiny, but at least I try to cut it a little bit tiny, but not too tiny like that. You know, sometimes I try so I said I usually dice chop my okra like this. Sometimes I try to make a kind of mark in the middle, maybe like 4 marks like this. Do it this way. Sometimes I make several marks. It depends on how I want it to be. Um, Sometimes after dicing it like this, I just kind of cut it in between. It depends on how I want it to appear in my soup. I don't really like it that bold and cycle. At least semi-cycle is okay, but most times I usually like make a four directional mask there, just to make sure that it doesn't come out like cycle form. Um, Sometimes I bring like two upper like this, kind of make this mark like four, just to make sure that the size is reduced. Because if it's that bold, um, there's some people that doesn't really like it that bold. Um, I know it's different in every culture. Some people in their culture they usually cut it like very big. Um, some people in their so I said some people in their culture they usually cut it like big, kind of long people this mark. After cutting it and cooking it, they usually bring it out and pound it. It depends on how you like it. I don't like it pound. This is the end. I usually throw this one away. I don't cook it, but I don't like it also that big. So I try to make it as small as I can. Uh, yeah, just like this, simple like that. I'll show you the end product when I'm done. You can see. So I said when it comes to okra, I will usually bring it maybe two, three, or one. It depends. If I want to do fast, I'll maybe bring like four together and cut them all together as a go. So what I usually do, I'll keep this one aside and show you what I usually do. If I have like three that I want to cut, what I usually do is I'll kind of make a dent, make a mark, kind of incision. I'll make the incision right in the middle to the bottom. I'll make another one. The purpose of this is just to make it a little bit smaller when I'm using it, because I don't really like to see it in the cycler form. It depends on how you cook your own. Some people cut it like this okra, they cut it like three or four, and after cooking, they bring it out to pound. Um, you know, my emphasis is on making it fresh and also trying to retain the vitamin as much as I can. So I don't try to I would not like to overcook my okra, so I try to cut it small so that when I put it, the next thing I'll do, I'll make sure that my soup is already ready, every ingredient is already mixed, and the taste is already given. So that when I cut this okra, put it, the next step is for me to put my vegetable, turn it, and bring my soup down. My soup will be ready. So So this is my blended pepper with onions. I intend to. I don't usually like to blend it like blending it smooth. because I would like to see like a little piece of it in the food. So it's well blended. The only thing is that it's not like smooth. I don't really like my peppers to be very smooth. So I said earlier, this is my blended pepper with onions. So this pepper and onion has been blended. It's very fine like this. I don't really like it to be smooth. I don't like a smooth pepper and onion. So I'll be frying it later for the food. Meanwhile, my chicken is done. I'll be showing you my chicken now. It's cooked, ready for fry. So guys, see my chicken. I didn't add any water at all. It was the water from the chicken. So it's all cooked now. It's tasting so great. Like I told you guys, I don't eat cooked chicken that is not fried or dried. So I've not tested it, but I know what I cooked. I'm sure the taste will be amazing. So it's fully cooked now. I'll be bringing it out to fry it, okay? I know my camera is not that fantastic, but you can just see it. You can see the stock. You can see the meat stock there. That's what I'll be using to cook my soup. I know some people will be wondering the oil that I'm using to cook my chicken, to fry my chicken actually. So it's actually granite oil that I'm using at the moment. It's not like it's a conventional way of cooking or anything, but I mean you can use the red oil if you like that. But I think I just want this taste of the granite oil. I'm not going to use the granite oil to cook my soup, mind you. I'm going to use the red oil, okay? But just for the chicken, this is the meat stock I'm talking about, okay? Nice. So for the chicken, it's just the ground oil to fry it. Then after that, I'm going to strain the oil out, and I use the red oil for my cooking. Okay. Normally, I don't really take so long for me to cook, but this is taking a little bit of time. I think basically because I'm trying to shoot the video and also I'm trying to do one or two things, and I'm trying to work out the space and I mean the good spot for my video because I just started streaming, so I'm trying to figure out the better place for my tripod. Okay, so I've already set the chicken on fire to fry. I'm going to wash my hand again and continue cutting the okra. Okay, so I've washed my hand now. I have towel in me, but I don't want to use it at the moment. I'm so comfortable with my hand being wet. So, so yeah, so this is still my okra. I'm still cutting. Taking a whole lot of time for me to cut this okra. It's quite big anyway, but I know because I'm distracted with a lot of things. Um, Kids keep coming into the kitchen to distract my video, so I have to answer them, attend to their needs and come back to the video. Alright guys, let's continue. Keep watching, stay tuned, don't go anywhere, okay? See how Amara will make her delicious Mara's soup. Okay? Stay tuned. So this is my fried chicken. It's fried. I'm just waiting for it to dry so that any oil that is remaining there will drain out. Um, then I'll be putting it in my soup when my soup is ready. Okay. Hello. So guys, I said this is the oil I will be using for this soup. I I've removed the groundnut oil, washed the frying pan, the saucer pan, and I want to set the oil now on fire and get ready to fry my pepper. So it's not the kind of oil that you set on fire and you wait for it to bleach. The purpose of the frying is not for it to bleach, so I will not be bleaching the oil. I'll just go ahead and start adding my stuff immediately because I don't want the oil to bleach. So this is my dry fish. is inside the salt water and yeah, salted hot water. Normally I usually use more than this if I want to cook my soup, but I thought I still have some. But unfortunately, that I forgot that I used it for something last time. So this is the only one I have. That's why I'm using it. Um, when there was a time that my mom came around, she came with a lot of dry fish, so that's how I usually have enough and put a lot inside. And that one was actually, kind of the taste is that much better than this one, but this one is also okay. Um, so it's in hot water. I just need for it to, wash the fish, then put it inside the meat sauce and start cooking my soup from there. So guys, this is my fish now. It's soaked in a salt hot water just for washing. Then I'll put it inside my meat stock and continue the cooking. I've set my meat stock on fire now, so I'm going to put the fish after washing it. Today I don't have much fish, so I'm going with what I have. So the soup is not going to last long actually. But although if I've known that I had only this fish, I forgot I did something with the fish earlier. So it has finished. It's only this one left. So it's going to be kind of soup that we can eat quickly, yeah. It's more of me eating vegetable actually. That's the purpose of making the okra soup. So looking at this one now is my okra fully sliced and ready. So this my okra is sliced. It has different shape actually, but it's ready when I'm ready. And another thing I would like to show you guys is this is my pepper. So my pepper has been fried with the red oil. Is ready to go into the meat stock. So I'm going to put the fish inside the meat stock. Add a little bit of more water inside the inside that. As I said earlier, I don't want it to be a very big soup, so it's going to be a little water. Then I will add this my pepper inside. Then cook it for a while. Try to put salt to taste. I'm going to put seasoning cube to taste also. I have a nor in my house, so that's what I'll be using. Then when I'm satisfied with everything cooked, the fish ready, I'm going to put my meat, allow it to cook a while, then before adding the vegetables and my soup will be done, okay? Okay guys, um, this is my ugu vegetable. It's already washed. It's ready now for cutting. So I'll try to slice it as much as I can. I'm not an expert, but I'll do my best, okay? Wow, I'm trying with this my slicing, seriously. I'm trying to slice it very well. It's not going to be like an expert one, but I think I'm doing justice to it actually. That's lovely. So, um, if you guys look at now, this is the soup. The dried fish is there. Okay. So I put a little bit of ogbono to make it be thick a little. So it depends. Sometimes you don't need the ogbono. Sometimes if you want to put a little bit of ogbono, you can always put just to make it a little bit thick before you put the okra. So it's time for me to put my crayfish now. I'll bring out my crayfish. Put the quantity of crayfish that I will need for this soup. Then after that, I'll put my chicken. So this is the crayfish inside the soup now. I'm stirring it now. All right, that is the crayfish there. I'm going to taste this soup just to make sure it has everything in the right proportion. The salt is good enough. Because very soon I'll be adding my vegetables, so I don't want anything to be added later. Okay. So my chicken is already inside. It, I waited for it to dry very well, and also so that the other oil will be drained out. So I have my chicken now. It's just like putting this dry meat inside food. So I have my chicken. I'm going to cover this pot to dry. I'm going to cover this pot to dry now, okay? Sorry, I meant I'm going to cover this pot to cook for some minutes so that every ingredient will be incorporated inside the chicken. And after that, I'll add my veggies and I'll be done with this cooking. I know I don't know, the quality of my camera is not that fantastic. It's an Android phone that I'm using. I just stay put and enjoy the cooking. You sit down. So the ingredients are being incorporated inside the chicken. I don't really like so the ingredients are being incorporated inside the chicken. I don't really like when I cook something. So the ingredients is being incorporated inside the chicken. I don't really like after cooking, the food will be tasting differently, and the meat will be tasting differently. Sorry guys, so this has cooked for little minutes now, and the ingredients have been incorporated inside the soup, inside the chicken. I don't really like after cooking, the food will be tasting separate, and also the chicken will have a different taste. So everything is together now. I'll be adding our okra. So this is the time for the big man. So this is my okra. Okay, so I'm going to stir this okra, stir it together, allow it to cook like maybe a minute before putting my vegetable. Okay, I mean before putting the ugu leaf. I mean guys, just look at this soup. Is it not giving already? I've not put my vegetable, but just look at this soup. You don't need anybody to tell you that this is going to be a very rich soup. You don't need a soothsayer to tell you that this soup is going to taste great. In fact, I don't need to test it to tell you what it's going to be like. Okay, so it's indeed a very wonderful soup. Okay, I'm going to allow it to cook, then I put the vegetable. So look at this soup now. Look at this soup now. This soup is ready. I'll practically put my, so look at the soup now. I'm going to add the vegetable. These children, they kind of distract me a bit. This vegetable, I was thinking it's not going to be enough, but it seems it's good enough anyway. So I'll show you guys the end product once I'm done, because I just need to be fast to turn it and get ready to set the pot on out of fire. Okay, so this is it. So I'm going to turn it now.